At nagbabalik po tayo, nakatutok pa rin kayo sa Iskoolmates. Hesa, kanina maganda na yung daloy ng debate natin. Pero sa puntong ito, simula na itong favorite part natin, itong rebuttals part. Kaya magbibigay tayo ng question at syempre tuloy-tuloy na, free flow na to.
Yes, okay. So yung question ko dito ay para sa mga pabor sa ban. Tiyak na maapektuhan ang relasyon natin sa ibang bansa sakaling matuloy ang ban ng kanilang mga produkto. So paano ito tutugunan ng Pilipinas? Brands, go ahead.
We're only talking about the banning of the actual whole products, not actually the raw materials. So, hindi siya kasali dun sa ibaba natin. Pwede tayong kumuha ng mga materials sa kanila, tapos dito natin gagawin, i-produce.
Global trade is a delicate thing. The simple fact na yung ninanais nyo, i-change from yung gusto na, currently we import both raw materials and finished products. Yung gusto nyo, remove finished products and simply import raw materials. That in itself is a big change na. The Philippines is currently in negotiations and in many foreign trade agreements with other countries. ASEAN Korea, yung mga free trade agreements natin include ASEAN Korea, ASEAN Japan, ASEAN China, and etc. If we change yung gusto natin na i-import, already we are violating certain provisions within those agreements. And yung international relations natin with other countries will definitely change. So, porque yung change is, hindi lang yan simple na switch na we're going to remove our importation of finished products and raw materials na lang tayo. Other countries, if we violated our agreements with other countries, they would retaliate. And
But wait, the thing is, trade is not only limited to products or raw materials. For example, the Philippines has a strategic location for U.S. military. That's the thing we can offer to them, and the thing that they can offer back to us is their security and protection for us. So you're saying that trade is limited to the products and raw materials which can violate what you said, the international relations, but I don't think so.
I'm not limiting our discussion merely to trade of finished products. However, we cannot overlook the major impact this would have if we violated those agreements. It is a very likely outcome that countries would react if we banned their foreign products. They would retaliate by banning our products in turn. And in that case, both parties lose.
We believe that we don't completely need their help kasi kaya naman nating i-sustain yung country natin. So, bakit tayo matatakot na hindi na nila tayo kukunan? Di ba, it would be an advantage for us kasi yung pinoproduce nating products, tayo na mismo yung makikinabang instead of other countries.
So, paano yung mga oil? So, di ba yung oil nagpo-produce sila yung oil galing sa United Arab Emirates. So, meron din taman tayo dito sa Pilipinas, sa Palawan. So, yung oil sa Palawan, hindi nakaka-sustain ng mga necessities natin dito. So, how can you prove
Wait,
na...
oil is a raw material. It's not a product.
It's oil raw material. So, sinasabi nyo kanina na raw material, hindi siya dapat i-ban.
We're saying that we're not banning raw materials, but we're just banning the products. Kasi, to be frank, we all need raw materials. We have raw materials that other countries have. Other countries have raw materials that we don't have. So that's something we're not limiting, we're not banning.
Okay, debaters, let's set the parameters para tuloy-tuloy tayo dun sa discussion. Ang sineset na ng pro-banning ng foreign products dito na yung raw materials hindi kasama. Yung products lang mismo. Okay? Okay. Tuloy kayo.
Your view is that the Philippines is not dependent on the help of other nations. This is false. The Philippines is as I said a while ago, the Philippines, like all countries, to a certain degree, is dependent on foreign trade. Self-sufficiency is a myth. No real nation has achieved no real nation in the history of the human civilization has ever reached sufficiency. If you can okay, that's it.
Like we said nga, Japan and China, they were once self-sustaining, and that was also the time where they were most peaceful. And di ba, bakit tayo kino-colonize ng ibang country? For example, yung mga Spaniards, bakit nila tayo sinakop? Kasi di ba, they wanted our materials, they wanted our spices. So, paano kung sa atin na lang yung mga bagay na yun, sa atin lang umiikot yung pera, yung products, di ba it will improve our economy rin?
What time period are you referring to when it comes to China and Japan?
1800.
For both?
Yes.
Okay, so let me see. 1600s to 1800s. China. Wait, no. Japan was in the Edo period. During this time, the Japan had not enacted a full ban on all foreign products. They were still conducting trades with countries like China, Korea,
They were
and
in-
even yes, they were.
They were under isolation. Total self-sustained talaga.
Total self-sustain. No, I'm refuting your claim. This did not happen. It is a myth. The Dutch East India. As I was saying, certain countries were still allowed to trade with Japan during the Edo period, 1600s to 1800s, as you said. Certain countries were still allowed to trade during this period, like Korea and the Dutch East India Company. The Dutch East India Company was allowed to trade with Japan. However, it operated on a remote island off of Japan. But that still means that Japan was accepting imports during the Edo period, which you claim 1600s to 1800s. So Japan never really was self-sufficient. It was still during the time that you claim accepting imports.
To be clear, isolationism is the total closure of the country from other connections. So to say that if a country is isolated, as in wala talagang connections with other countries. So if you say isolated, walang imports, walang exports, everything happens within the country. So how can you say that Japan is accepting imports when they're really isolated?
Alright, debaters, exhausted na tayo dun sa first question. Now let's go back to the context of the Philippines.
Okay, so in terms ng ating economy in the Philippines, massive adjustment sakaling matuloy ang ban.
In my opinion po, no. Kasi like we said nga a while ago, we already have our own companies. For example, mobile phones, we have Star, MyPhone. Technology-wise, we have Neo Corporation. Shoes, we have Marikina. And yun sa car nga, Parak is recognized worldwide. So I don't think we'll really go back to zero in case we remove all those foreign products.
Kung ma-isolate lahat ng products dito sa Pilipinas, I mean dito lang umiikot lahat, paano magiging globally competitive yung mga products natin? Kasi kung na-export natin, doon natin malalaman na pwede nating i-improve yung mga products natin. So, paano ma-upgrade yung mga products kung sa atin lang umiikot to?
Is it the attempt to isolate ourselves for a while already an act of competence? Kasi during the time that we only have our products to ourselves, we are already giving ourselves opportunity to improve the quality of our products. So by the time that we open up to other countries again, like what I said, our products will be as equally as competitive. For example, as the iPhone in the US.
There actually would be major changes if we were to enact a full ban on foreign products in the Philippines. However, I'll get to that later. During this period, when we would ban foreign products, we would be ourselves attempting to improve the products that we have, and in the improvement of products would take time. If we became a self-sufficient country, as you said, we would need to immediately replace the products that we just banned. But since we're in the middle stage of improving, how could we provide the people with those products which we just banned and are in the middle of improving? So they are not yet.
Can you
at
give an
par.
example of a product that you believe we cannot sustain?
Our pork industry.
Di ba marami naman na tayong poultry farms dito sa Pilipinas?
Poultry?
Pork. Sorry. Pork farms dito sa Pilipinas.
Already, if we ban foreign products, we ban soy meal and wheat grown in other countries, which is
Wait. Pork and wheat are raw materials, right?
Wait, no. Give me a sec. Wait lang.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
So meat and soy meal go through various process before they are up to grade to feed quality, and in the end they become finished products. So that would be under your ban of no finished products in the imported to the Philippines. Now wait lang, the Philippines cannot grow its own wheat, cannot grow its own soy meal. So
which are raw materials,
No,
right?
they're finished products because they go through a process before they can become feed quality. They would be classified under a finished product, not a raw material. Which, as you said, cannot be imported since it is a finished product. And under your hypothetical ban, we would only accept raw materials.
Can't we make food for ourselves? Because alam natin na Philippines is an agricultural country.
The wheat and wait lang. When it comes to wheat and soy meal, it cannot grow in our climate of the Philippines. Wheat and soy meal are the primary ingredients to feed for pigs. So if we were to ban wheat and soy meal, we would have nothing to feed our pigs. Pork industry dead. No more pork industry. And no more pork industry. That's just it. Already we see a big challenge if we ban foreign
Saan ba
products.
galing ang soy meal and wheat?
Biggest importer of meat dito sa Pilipinas would be America.
Fine, we can get that. Pwede natin kunin yun sa other countries. But the thing is, we have to make it for ourselves. Are we not efficient? Are we not capable enough? Since we are an agricultural country, yun nga, we have experiences on processes that deal with crops and plants and food.
Yes, so kung bababasa din natin, so do you think na yung mga raw materials na ine-export dito sa bansa natin are enough para makagawa tayo ng mga products?
Raw materials? Yun nga, since trade still exists for raw materials. So yun nga, 'di ba? We already mentioned na raw materials is not limited to the ban.
Alright, as a final response for your team, dun sa binring up nila na point about the Philippines being an agricultural country, sa tingin nyo ba sapat na or magiging self-sufficient ba ang Pilipinas bilang agricultural country?
The fact that we import rice and other agricultural products from other countries is indicative of how we would need them in our own country and how we cannot produce it ourselves, kaya kailangan pa natin mag-import to supplement our current supply to address the need of the populace. Kaya maybe for a while the Philippines could feed itself on its own, but for when it comes to long term, the Philippines could not survive without imports of.
Do you know the area of
Go ahead.
Do you know the area of the agricultural land of the Philippines?
Enlighten me.
9.671 million hectares. And some of the primary agricultural land area is protected ng batas natin. So, bakit tayo matatakot na mauubusan tayo ng pagkain kung alam naman natin na yung land na pwedeng pagtaniman at magpo-produce ng pagkain natin is sufficient?
Do you agree that the pork industry is part of agriculture? For example, just taking care of
Alright. We'll continue that later sa final statement ninyo, pero I guess sasagot na rin naman natin ng both sides, Cesa, no? With regard to the question on the Philippines being an agricultural country. Now, let's go back to JV para sa pulso ng ating mga students dito at ng ating mga netizens. Nice debate.
Thank you, Jules and Nessa. Akala ko di nyo na ako babalikan eh. Kanina pa si Gino talagang yung pinaglalaban niya. Pero ngayon, tatanungin natin muli ang ating mga schoolmates dito sa FEU Diliman ng kanilang mga comments or question tungkol sa ating issue for today. Pero bago yan, isang sigawan naman dyan mga schoolmates dito natin sa FEU Diliman! Ayan, kala ko tutulog na kayo. Okay. Hi Sam, anong masasabi mo sa issue natin for today?
So, meron po akong question for both parties. So, this regarding with the president with cutting the ties of the Philippine and the American. So, it follows the fewer entry of American products and mahirapan tayo na parang kasi nasanay na tayo, di ba? Yun. Do you agree na parang putulin yung ties and with the American and it follows dun sa fewer entry of ng products?
Yun nga po yung main point kung bakit natin ibaban yung pagpasok ng foreign products dito. Kasi we want to stop yung pagiging dependent natin sa ibang countries. Tapos, this will help nga, kagaya ng point namin kanina, na i-boost naman yung paniniwala nating mga Pilipino that our products are good quality at kaya ng Pilipinas mag-produce ng ganung products.
Okay ka na doon, Sam? Oh, parang di ka okay. Okay ka ba? Okay, punta naman tayo kay Michael. Michael, huy, nandito ako. Michael, anong masasabi mo sa ating topic for today?
Sobrang init ng laban nila kasi magaganda yung binibigay nila, magaganda rin binibigay nila. Pero may tanong lang ako sa kanila. Kung lagi tayong magde-depend sa mga foreign countries, kung lagi tayo magde-depend doon, kailan tayo matututong tumayo sa ating sarili?
Kuya, the self-sufficiency is a myth. Talagang walang country that has been able to support itself on its own 2 feet. Wala talaga. So no country will ever learn to do this unless some miracle happens. Yung lahat ng country nagde-depend tayo sa importation of products, and there are certain products and raw materials na nandun sa ibang bansa na wala dito sa bansa natin, and we would need to import that dito sa Pilipinas. In the end, no country can stand on its own feet. In a global community, we all depend on each other. Does that answer?
Okay ka na doon, Michael? O gusto mong subtitle? Okay na si Michael. Ito naman, punta naman tayo sa ating huling schoolmates dito sa FEU Diliman, si Love. Hi, Love. Ay, ano ba?
Gab po.
Gab. Kala ko Love. Ano ba yan? Ang hirap talaga pag yung akala, nalulungkot ako. Sige. Gusto ko pero okay lang tawagin kitang Love.
Senior high lang yan.
Senior high. Gab! Kumusta ka na, Gab? Senior high, sabi ko nga eh. Hi.
Yes. So, may question lang ako. Di ba yung cycle siya, and pag may nawalang step, parang masisira na siya. It will go down. So, the other countries import their products in our country, and we export products from our country to their country. So, paano hindi babagsak ang economy natin kung tatanggalin natin yung cycle or sisirain natin yung cycle ng ganon?
Syempre, di naman may iwasan na magkakaroon ng adjustments. Syempre, that will happen. But the thing is, since we are isolated, we have the chance to improve our own products. Yun nga. Because by the time we open up, yun na yung time na magiging competitive na yung products natin in line with other countries' products.
Okay ka na doon? Baka meron ka pang tanong. Okay lang. Sige. Okay ka na doon. Okay, punta naman tayo sa social media. Nawala. Ito. Sabi ni Romeo Halandoon, umuunlad naman ang ating bansa. Dati lubak-lubak ang kalsada, ngayon aspalto na. Mga tulay dati kahoy, ngayon konkreto na at marami ng skyway. Maraming salamat, Romeo Halandoon. Patuloy lang po kayo magpadala ng inyong mga komento at tanong sa aming social media account. Pero bago ang lahat ng yan, balik muna dyan, Jules and Hesa.
Thanks, JV, sa ating pagbabalik. Marami pa rin tayong mga argumentong maririnig.
Kaya naman, stay with us dito lamang sa Iskoolmates!